Marc Quinn makes works that question the role of identity and beauty, and why people are compelled to change theirs, what it means to be alive, and what is man's relationship with nature and how that is mediated by human desire. When exploring the concept of identity and beauty in the 21st century, a large part of his figurative works explored a variety of forms and representations. For example, his fascination with the mutability of the body, from gender or genetic modification to hybridism, resulted in marble sculptures of amputees, the disabled, transgenders, and people with body reconfiguration. These works challenge the notion of identity, that it should be identified as a multi-layered construction with complex nuances, and not merely determined by external physical appearances. They also challenge the notion of the relevance of idealized figures of antiquity, and their effects on the way bodies are perceived today. They confront viewers their deeply ingrained prejudices about physical imperfection, and challenge what it means to be perfect. They use the language of idealism to reimagine what idealized beauty means, and who should be seen as heroes of today. Quinn's subject matter also stems from his interest in exploring the concept of existence in the 21st century. He took a microscopic approach by displaying DNA in glass, surrounded by mirrored frames that reflect viewers' faces. The DNA is quintessentially the essence of life, and it represents a more truthful representation of ourselves, compared to our physical likeness that art tends to portray. He took an abject approach by collecting liters of blood over many months, and sculpted them to his portraits, or vases for flowers, and froze them in refrigeration equipment to keep them from melting. The works also showcase reliance on technology to be alive, reflecting the vulnerability of existence, prone to extensive change and decay. The dependence on science to survive is also seen in casts of people made from food, powder, and medicine, to be consumed in order to avoid death. Another approach reveals his own body portrayed in ghastly forms, revealing the corporeality and limitations of the body. They come in rubber casts of his body hanging immobile by the rope, and lead casts of himself struggling to detoxify himself from dependency on drugs and alcohol. Another of Quinn's interests is the social constructs of beauty in today's society, resulting in figurative and floral subject matter. His gold and marble sculptures of contorted fashion model Kate Moss reveal the obsession with beauty and media icons in today's globally connected world. Her poses are physically impossible to replicate, yet they speak volumes on the images created by man to paint these celebrities as religious imagery to be worshipped, and the unrealistic dreams that many aspire to work towards. His flower works, most of them frozen in silicone oil in a state of bloom, raise questions of when a three-dimensional object dematerialized into a two-dimensional image of beauty, and the ethical concerns of trading biological life for visual immortality. The flowers in the artworks may be a beautiful spectacle, especially when they can never be seen in full bloom together in real life since they come from different parts of the world, yet they are frozen dead, a stark reminder of the sacrifice needed to create such a beautiful scene. These works reflect man's obsession for fame and immortalizing perfection, propelled by the advancement of technology. Quinn's choice of materials is innovative and sometimes repulsive. Apart from symbolic purposes, the use of such atypical materials also helps him confront viewers to question their preconceived notion of these materials, and how they came to be. Quinn's techniques are often experimental, but mostly use the casting method and the lost wax process to capture the figurative form accurately. The figures made of unconventional materials help to create dialogues between the subject matter, in this case, the figure, and the materials chosen. Man and nature. Man and media. Man and science. For example, when he uses marble in the Complete Marble series, the medium allows him to draw parallels with art in antiquity, thereby creating a dialogue between art of the past and art of today, and highlight how our understanding of images today are always tainted by images of the past. Technological equipment are also tools of his trade. Refrigeration devices are core mediums that add a physical and conceptual element in his sculptures on life support works. 3D scanning and laser cutting are techniques used to create some of his sculptures. Marc Quinn's use of scientific knowledge and forms stems from his father's influence, a physicist who works at the French initialism for the International Bureau of Weights and Measures, an organization that keeps the world standard for time and weights. Quinn often visits his father's laboratory, where they look at atomic clocks together. The objective lens and his analytical mindset enables Quinn to question the norms in art, and push its boundaries in order to shed new hypotheses on the philosophical dilemmas on existence and identity. Quinn was also part of the Young British Artist, who shared similar ideas on how real life should be brought into art. Quinn's pursuit in history and art history influenced his interest in classical art, from Michelangelo's sculptures whom he responded with his own marble sculptures, to Rembrandt's aging self-portraits, whom he replied with his own blood portrait series made every 5 years. Joseph Beuys also influenced him in seeing materials playing a crucial role in giving meaning in a work. Finally, his battle with alcoholism that could have led to his death may have strengthened his existential pursuit in his artworks.